The movie starts with Quan, an elderly man, waiting for his daughter Fan outside the school to go buy a dress for her graduation party. Quan is happy she finished her education, but the girl is in a hurry and runs out of the car to catch the dress shop. As she enters the store, she bumps into a motorcyclist and drops his key, which she picks up before he disappears. Minutes later, the unexpected happens. The motorcycle explodes, destroying the entire place, and among the victims is Fan, Quan's daughter. Quan is injured but gets up and runs through the wreckage, finds his daughter dead, and holds her body in disbelief. We shift to Ian, a journalist who receives a call from an anonymous person telling him that the IRA, Irish Republican Army, is behind the bombing and that these attacks will continue until Northern Ireland is liberated. Ian conveys this to his editor, and everyone realizes that the peace process between Ireland and Britain is now in danger. In Ireland, we see Liam Hennessy, the Irish government's deputy minister, with his mistress Maggie at a hotel. He gets the news about the bombing, and his wife Mary calls to check on him. He lies and says he slept at the office. The next day, he gets a call from the British Prime Minister, Katie, who asks him to find out who is responsible for the bombing. Liam tries to convince her to grant royal pardons for 40 IRA members, including his cousin, to use them as leverage. Meanwhile, Quan is broken and grieving, staying in his daughter's room and looking at her pictures. The police come to deliver her belongings, and he asks if they will catch the killers. They say they're working on it. Quan doesn't wait. He goes to the investigation office and offers a £20,000 reward to anyone who provides names of those involved. But the investigator Richard tells him that's not how they operate. 3 weeks pass with no updates, but Quan sees Liam in a TV interview and feels he's hiding something. He calls him and asks for the names of the criminals, but Liam denies knowing anything. Quan decides to take matters into his own hands. He buys explosives, travels to Northern Ireland, disguises himself as a landscaper, and tries to meet Liam. At first, security is suspicious, but Liam agrees to see him and tells him he sympathizes but can't help. Quan calmly threatens him and leaves. After that, Quan plants a bomb in Liam's office building and detonates it. He calls him again and demands the names. Liam vows to catch him, but Quan ends the call. Liam's men start searching for him, and he asks his nephew, Sean, to return from America to help. Quan continues threatening him, placing a fake bomb under Liam's car with a note saying, "The names." Liam's men find where Quan is staying, but he escapes after beating them. When Sean arrives, Liam sends him to London to coordinate with Richard. He explains they've changed the communication codes between the factions to track who's responsible if another attack happens. At that time, Quan plants a bomb on Liam's farm. One of the guards spots him, but Quan tranquilizes him and later blows up the barn. Liam panics and goes to the farm for safety. Sean returns and tells him things are dangerous and they need to act fast. The next day, one of Liam's men's cars explodes, and they realize Quan is still in the woods and begin searching for him. Quan has set traps everywhere and manages to defeat Liam's men, though he gets wounded in the shoulder. He treats himself and recalls his past, how he fled Vietnam after pirates killed his wife and daughters, leaving only Fan, who died in the bombing. Liam discovers that Quan was a U.S. Special Forces soldier and a fierce fighter. Mark, an opposition party leader, comes to him and says the explosives used in the bombing came from his warehouses, but he doesn't know who took them. Liam yells at him, saying the deal was no casualties and that he won't cover up what happened. Quan sneaks back in and appears in Liam's office, threatening him with a suicide vest. He demands the names, and Liam explains the code-switching plan and that he's waiting for the next attack to identify who's behind it. Quan gives him a one-day deadline. The next day, a bus is bombed, and the perpetrators don't broadcast any codes, so Richard realizes there's betrayal. Meanwhile, Liam discovers that his wife is cheating on him with Sean, and that she was also meeting with Mark. He starts suspecting that Mary is linked to the bombings. Richard finds a photo showing a distinct mark on one bomber's hand and identifies him as Patrick, who had met Mark at a bar. He confronts Liam and tells him he'll become a suspect. Liam asks to meet Mark, and when he arrives, he forces him to confess the names and learns that Maggie, his mistress, is one of the perpetrators. He kills Mark to bury the secret and sends the names to the police. Quan manages to defeat Sean in the woods but doesn't kill him. He ties him up and asks for the address where the criminals are. Sean tells him the apartment location, and Quan leaves. The police prepare to raid the apartment, But Quan gets there first disguised as a gas technician. He enters and confronts the criminals, killing them all. At that moment, the police storm in, but Quan has vanished. The police find out that Maggie planted a bomb in the laptop of journalist Ian, who was flying on a plane with the Prime Minister. They reach him before he boards and disarm the laptop. Later, they kill Maggie. Liam receives an order to have his wife Mary killed through Sean to erase all evidence. But Quan visits Liam in the end and confronts him for being involved with Maggie, which ties him to the bombings. He forces him to upload a photo of himself with Maggie online and says, "Now everyone will know you're a terrorist." In the end, Quan returns to his life after avenging his daughter. His assistant greets him with love and fear, hugs him, and the film ends. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel.